In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get started in real estate investing and how you can buy your first property this year in 2024. We're going to be going over 7 important tips to get you started so you can buy your first investment property this year. Whether you're interested in getting started into real estate for cash flow, for appreciation, so that you can use a place for vacation, so that you can create wealth for your future, for your retirement, or for your family and kids. Whatever the reason may be, you need to get started if you haven't yet bought your first property. And in this video, we're gonna be talking exactly about what you need to get started and the 7 key steps. But before we get started, my name is Waisfeld, local real estate agent down here in Miami since 2016, helping buyers, sellers, and investors with their real estate needs. And before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I come out with videos talking about Miami and the Miami real estate market every single week for the last 3 years, helping you, educating you, and informing you about everything Miami and Miami real estate. So I would really appreciate if you help me and help the channel grow. So the first step that you need to take is define your strategy. Define what kind of property do you want? Why do you want it? You need to close your eyes, you need to get pen and paper and really consider this and really think about this. Buying a real estate, buying a property could be the biggest purchase that you do in your life. So it's very important for you to really analyze this and think about what you want. So the first thing is define the strategy. So are you going to be doing a flip, right? Buy a property that's distressed, buy a property that has issues, that has problems, that's outdated, it's old, that you're getting for below market value, getting a team of builders or general contractors and flipping that property and making a profit. Is that what you want? Do you want to buy and hold? Do you want a turnkey property? You want something that's easy? Buy and hold, buy it, rent it out, hold it, maybe not even live there and just have the tenants pay for the mortgage. Do you want to do a bird strategy? Bird strategy is pretty much you buy a property that's under market value, you fix it up, you renovate it, then you rent it out, then you go to the bank, you refinance this property, you get your money out of it, and then you repeat this process. That's the bird strategy. It's a little bit more technical, a little bit more advanced, but some of you that are watching this video, maybe you already know what the bird is. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to do a short-term rental, a long-term rental? What exactly do you want from this property? Do you want to buy a piece of land and build and get a construction loan? So you really need to think and analyze what is the strategy that you want to do and why you wish to do the strategy. The why is very important. A strategy that I did with my first property was house hack. What does a house hack mean? It's a strategy that I recommend many people to do depending on your situation, your financial situation, on your lifestyle. You know, if you have a big family, if you're alone, it's gonna really depend. But pretty much house hacking is buying a property with a primary residence, right? A very low down payment. It could be FHA, 3.5 down payment, 5% conventional, whatever the case may be. It could be a very low down payment. You buy a property and you house hack, meaning you live in one side if it's a duplex and you can rent out the other side. If it's a single family home, you can maybe divide it in 2. If it's a condo, maybe you can get a 2-bedroom and rent out the other bedroom. If it's a bigger house, you can rent out the rooms. You can do many different choices. There's people that Airbnb the room. Me, for instance, my choice was to do a multifamily. I bought a triplex. I lived in one, technically lived in one, and then rented out the other 2 units on Airbnb. So that's what I've been doing. For you that don't follow me, you can go check out those properties. I have them all listed here on my YouTube channel. I'll talk about my first property, my second property, everything that I do, I share it here for you guys so you can learn, educate, and make a better decision when it comes to buying property. So anyways, what I did, I bought a triplex. I technically lived in one, rented out the other 2 on Airbnb. I have other videos talking about it. It was the best thing that I've done. Then I went to my second one, and soon I am going to my third property. The second step here to buying your first investment property is going to be the location. Where exactly do you want this property to be located? It's a question that I get asked a lot. I have a lot of people that contact me, that reach out from different countries, from different parts of the country, from different states, and they are not too sure what area. This is very important because if not, you're gonna have tons of property. There's gonna be hundreds, there's gonna be thousands possibly with your search criteria. So in order to filter down, you need to know the location. And if you already reside in Miami, you also need to know what neighborhood you want to invest in, or at least choose 2-3 neighborhoods. But if you have 5, 6 8 different options of neighborhoods, you're probably never gonna end up investing. And this happens a lot. That's why I'm telling you, there's people that get just overwhelmed with how much properties there are. You're analyzing properties all day long and you don't really do anything, right? It's called analysis paralysis. So you need to really filter down. If you need help with any of these steps, please feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to sit down with you. We can do a private Zoom call and go over everything in more detail. First is finding your strategy that's gonna filter down, because for instance, if you're gonna do a house hack and buy a multifamily, not every location has nice multifamilies. Or if you're gonna do a condo, not every area has nice condos, or whatever the case may be. So these steps do go almost in order and they're gonna help you a lot. But the location is gonna be very important, right? Some locations appreciate more than others, some locations for cash flowing more than others. So it's gonna really depend on what your strategy is, but location is definitely gonna be the second step. The third step is gonna be deciding what type of property or the style of property. Meaning, do you want a condo? Do you want a luxury condo? Do you want a single family home? Do you want a multifamily, a duplex, a triplex, a fourplex? What exactly do you want? So when you go start narrowing down all these steps, you're gonna get to what kind of property do you want. Again, not every area has multifamilies, not every area has really nice condos. Some single family homes in some areas are extremely expensive and overpriced. So it's gonna really depend, but you need to really think about, okay, I want a multifamily in these type of locations and my strategy is to do house hack, or my strategy is just to rent all the units out, or maybe to live in one and do long term, or whatever the case may be. These are steps that you really need to take. The fourth step that you need to take is really consider if you want to do some renovations or you want to do a turnkey, right? Do you want to do the work? Do you want to do the hard labor? Sometimes by doing this sweat equity is what we call it, us investors call it in the real estate world, sweat equity. Sometimes you can make really good money by buying a property that needs some renovations, that needs work, but you bought it for under market value. So you did the sweat equity and now you increase the price by providing your sweat equity, your money, your time, your efforts, right? Or do you want a turnkey property? A turnkey property means you turn the key and that's it. Everything is already done for you, renovated, you have nothing to worry about. Those are also really good types of properties, depending again on your situation, on your strategy, on your desires, on your wants, on the why you're buying this type of property, right? But the turnkey is also really good. No headaches. This is probably for the people that don't have time. These are for the people that don't want to worry about. They just want to invest and continue with their career, with their job, with their life, and just get a property, have it pay on its own, have the tenants pay, and that's it. Very easy. Those are great properties as well. So again, you really need to think about this. The fifth step is going to be consider your budget, right? Your affordability. How much can you afford? What's something that you comfortable with paying? Again, if you're gonna be house hacking, how much do you want to pay out of your pocket? If you're gonna be renting it long term, let's just say there's no tenants for 1 month or they leave or something happens. Do you have that extra cushion, that extra money in case it's vacant for a month, right? If you're doing short-term rentals, Airbnb, another pandemic happens or something happens and you're not getting any income, are you okay with paying that mortgage and the taxes and insurance and everything that comes along with owning a property, right? So you really need to consider your budget. If you're gonna be living in the property and it's just for you, then great. You need to also consider how much of your income you wanna put towards the property. So it's very important. Most of the people that I speak to, they have their budget not in the right place. Why? Because they all go to websites online, they start putting in the house that they like, the price, they start putting in the mortgage, and it always gives them the wrong calculation. Why? Because the Zillows and all these websites, they're never gonna give you the realistic insurance, the taxes. They're not gonna get it because it's a computer, right? So they're not gonna really know that right now in Miami, properties, single family homes, the insurances are $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 per year, depending on what kind of property you're looking to buy. Okay, so again, you can't really go based on what you find online and all these comps and these websites giving you prices. So really be careful. And talking about that, let's talk about the next step. The sixth step is going to be hiring a real estate agent. That real estate agent, if they're an investor friendly real estate agent, which again, very few agents understand about numbers, understand about returns, about investments. So you need to really be careful and know who you're working with and make sure they are a investor friendly real estate agent. Again, very few are. So your agent is also going to be able to help you with the numbers, with the mortgage payments, how much is going to be the right realistic numbers on the insurance, on the taxes, on the expenses, right? If you're buying this property, whether it's for long term, for short term, whatever the case may be, you have to see, you as a landlord, are you going to be paying light bills, water bills, trash, the sewer? Are you going to be paying the landscaping? Who's going to maintain the property management, right? There's so much other expenses like vacancies and expenditure capital. There's so much other things that us investors look at. So you really need to understand these numbers, or work with a real estate agent that does understand these numbers, so they can better help you and guide you in the process. And last but not least, the 7th step is going to be analyzing the property. Once you know what type of property, the strategy, your budget, you already have a real estate agent that's helping you. Now you need to analyze that property, right? Of course, you can trust your real estate agent if they're an investor friendly, they know what they're talking about, but you also need to analyze the property as well. Maybe you don't want to bother the agent for every single property, so you need to learn, and maybe you're watching this video because you want to learn how to analyze the property. There's a lot of videos out there, but you need to really analyze the property once you know all of these, or once you've done all of these steps. Analyze the property, right? Where is it located? How much the properties around that area have appreciated? What are the rents going for? What is the short-term Airbnb going for? If you're going with the short-term and then a pandemic happens, so you need to switch to long-term, is that still a good investment? Worst case scenarios, exit strategies. How are you going to pull out? Are you going to be refinancing? So you need to really consider all these other key factors in order to pull the trigger on that property that you really liked. Also, it's very important to think about, how long do I want to keep this property? I have people that reach out, hey, I'm going to move to Miami for 2-3 years. I want to buy a property and then sell it. You need to really consider that, right? You need to consider how long you want to have this investment property. If you were to buy it and then leave the state, the country, relocate, whatever the case may be, are you going to be able to rent it out? Is it going to be easy? Do you want to be a landlord? So a lot of things to consider. And again, if you don't yet have a real estate agent, I'll be more than happy to sit down with you, be your real estate agent, guide you through the process, put you in touch with the lenders, put you in touch with the title companies, help you through the whole process, analyze deals, run numbers, and see what the best option for you is. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Every single week I come out with videos talking about Miami real estate, analyzing properties, and everything about investing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video.